Okay, let's write snake. To begin with, we're going to start with this, which just creates an empty app, and we're going to just start by just drawing a board. For that, we're going to need an app started, and we want to have a certain number of rows, which is hard-coded 10, a certain number of columns, which are hard-coded 10, and a margin around the grid, which we will hard-code at 5 for now. Okay, and now we need to go ahead and draw our board, and for that we will do, of course, redraw all, and it takes an app and a canvas. And for that, for now, all we'll do is draw the board. We'll add more later. And so for draw board, pardon me, that'll take an app and a canvas. And what do we do to draw the board? We'll draw every cell in the board. So we'll do for each row and for each column. We need to get the bounds of the cell at this given row and column. We've actually done this already in the notes, right? We did that inside grids. We have this right here, get cell bounds, which is model to view. It takes the row and col, which are a model idea, and they return the bounds of that cell using app.rows, app.cols, and app.margin, which we've defined. We will actually simply copy this from the grid demo. Of course, you're responsible for writing this, but again, we've already seen it, so we will just put it up here, okay? And since we did that, we will go ahead and say that right here in a note that this came from there. Okay, cool. And now we can call get cell bounds of this app for this row and this column. What does that return? It returns 4 points: x0, y0, x1, y1, 4 values, 2 points. And now that we have the bounds, we can just go ahead and we can create a rectangle at those bounds: x0, y0, x1, y1. We have the fill equals white, just to make sure that we get a nice white rectangle. And when we run this, we have an invalid syntax on line 25 because we left off a colon, and we run it, and there it is. That's a board. Cool. So the next step is we want to add a snake. Okay. So for adding a snake, we're going to go ahead and say that the snake is going to be a list of the values, the cells where the snake is located. To start, we're going to actually hard code it at say 3-3 for the head, 3-4, 3-5, and then 4-5. So the snake is going to be moving. This is row column, so 3 across and then 1 down. And let's see if we can go ahead and draw that. So after we draw the board, we have to draw the snake. Okay. Cool. So we'll define draw snake. It takes an app and a canvas. And to draw the snake, what are we going to do? We're going to go for each position in the snake. So app.snake is a list like this. And each value in app.snake is a row col pair. So we can iterate over or loop over app.snake and pull out each row col pair. Now that we have that, we can go ahead and we can get the cell bounds again of that row and column. We'll copy that line and put it here. And now we will create an oval at that location. So y0, x1, y1. And the fill for the snake will make blue. Okay. So when we run this now, there's our snake. And let's remind ourselves what we did. 3-3. Let's put it there. 3-3, 3-4, 3-5. So 3-3, 3-4, 3-5, 4-5. So now we can draw a board and we can draw a snake. Excellent.